Hello, hello. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and today, my friends, we are going to be reviewing this awesome Lego set that Marvel and Lego have produced for us. This is the X-Men Mansion, the X Mansion. Here we are, and this set is incredible. It's got a bunch of X-Men figures that come with it, minifigures that come with it, which we'll go over, and of course the mansion itself. And so this set, when it first was introduced, I was really excited to get it, and I actually did get it during the launch. And I've been waiting to review it because there was a piece that was missing, and I couldn't complete the set until recently when I got the part come in finally. For those that don't know, there was a Canadian postal strike which really delayed those parts getting to me, and so now I'm able to complete it and finally review this for you. So let's look at the box quickly. So you can see on the box that we have a bunch of minifigures that come with it, which we're going to review. It's got Wolverine in his classic yellow. We got Xavier, Professor Xavier with his chair. We got Storm in her white uniform. We got Cyclops in his 1990s Jim Lee uniforms. Rogue as well as Jim Lee uniform. We got Iceman and we got Gambit. And I think Iceman and Gambit are, I don't know if they've ever made figures for these before. I'm not sure. I don't think they ever have. We have Bishop and we have Magneto. And we also have Jean Grey over here. Now this set here is set 76294 and has 3093 pieces. Now let's pull the box out. On the back of the cover, it has the dimensions of it, but we can also see a couple of different things. So there's the dimensions of the set. We are 27 centimeters or 10.5 inches in height, and we are 38 centimeters and 15 inches in width. You can see they come with a bunch of these kind of clear plastic things, attachments that are kind of Technic parts that you can attach the heroes onto, or villains in Magneto's case, sometimes hero, sometimes villain, that we can attach to the mansion to do some very creative poses with the minifigures. And of course, it comes with the Sentinel as well. And you can see that it's a module build, so you can detach it. It's an interesting module build, that's for sure. You can see that it comes with X bedrooms, the danger room, this kind of lab where Cerebro is, and also this, I guess, lounge area as well. So we're going to go over all that in just a moment. I'm just going to put the box away because I don't need that anymore. And the mansion in itself is enough to kind of keep us entertained here. So I'll go over quickly in the manual. There's the manual here. And it just talks very briefly about the X Mansion, of what that is. Okay, what it is well, to summarize, I mean, this is where the X-Men are trained. This is the school of gifted children. It's the home of the X-Men and the mutant students. And this is based on the comic book um, version of the school. It looks like versus um, versus the movies. I believe they kind of made this in conjunction with what we saw in the X-Men '97 cartoon. It does come, as we said, with the Sentinel, which is one of the main villains that the humans have created to hunt down and destroy the mutants. And so it's nice that they included the big build of that, and and a little bit more about the information about how the X Mansion was created and where they got the influence from. Okay, so we'll go over all those rooms, and let's do that right now. It does come with 3 booklets, and if you're interested, the part that I was missing was a very crucial part to this build. It was this part right here, this big circular plate, and I just couldn't finish this part of the build without it. So fairly important piece there. It's not like a small piece. There's a big piece of Lego that we're missing. So let's look at the what comes with it. So we have the Sentinel here, and the Sentinel is made of has a Technic piece to it. Let me just see if I can pull that off. There we go. Actually, I pulled I pulled out the brick that is attached to But there's a piece that you can see the circle there, and that's a Technic piece. I actually pulled it out of the box by accident, but that's what it connects that to the bottom part here, and it helps keep it stable. And I think, where does this part come from? I just noticed this part's missing. Oh, it comes off this foot part, and that goes here. There's feet. So yeah, so that's the Sentinel there. And then we can see on top of it is Iceman. And Iceman's attached to him through this little connector, again, a little Technic piece that we can attach to the back of the Sentinel. And that does come in and out easily. And you can see there's Iceman. He's got these, he's shooting ice out of his hands there. Makes it pretty cool. I believe this is exclusive to this set here. So I think that's pretty cool. It's got pretty good printing. Obviously, there's only one sided of the face because he's Iceman. He doesn't have any hair. And so I like that pose of him. And so Iceman, as far as I know, if he was ever featured in X-Men 97, I don't remember it. He was definitely not in the reboot. He might have been in some form or fashion in the original cartoon of the X-Men series that came out in the 90s. But I honestly don't remember him being in it. Obviously, my introduction as far as cartoons go for Iceman, the character, was in the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, where he had Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestar, who was created for the show, but later appeared in the Marvel Universe. And again, Iceman is one of the original X-Men that first appeared in the first X-Men comic book in 1963. And there's a callback to it, established in 1963. So here's Xavier. You can see he is in his chair. He also does only have one face because, again, no hair. And let me see if I can get him out. There's the chair itself. Going a little bit out of focus there. And so he does obviously come out. And yeah, he does have legs, even though he is, for the most part, usually portrayed as he can't use his legs. But, some iterations he can. And so this is classic Charles Xavier, at least from the 90s, anyways. So this is, the hover ship and everything, or hover chair, everything seems synonymous with the X-Men cartoon. And so I'll just pop him down over here. Wolverine, I mean, I don't know if you can do the X-Men Mansion without having Wolverine. Now, there was a Wolverine in this print for the X-Jet that they recently released, I think last year. And I don't. It says when I looked it up, this figure is exclusive, so it must have slightly different printing than that one. And I didn't look closely enough to see what the differences are, but yes, this is exclusive to the set. Actually, all the X-Men in this set are exclusive to this set. So Wolverine does come with his motorbike here that you can use. You can have him on it or not. It's completely up to you. Wolverine does have a different hairpiece, I think. So he does. You can take off and put on his Wolverine his hair. Now I don't remember where I put it, but he's got two faces, and you can put on his Wolverine hair as well. And then we got now. Let's get Storm over here. So Storm, she's got the lightning coming out. So I like how they all come with some kind of use of their powers. So she's got the nice cloak that matches her printing of the white uniform. And Storm does have two faces, one more of a friendlier face and one where she's powered up and she's got the lightning coming out of her eyes. So I do like this one since she's in battle form. And again, you can put that up, anywhere. You can put that there if you wish. They have different attachments, as I said. Let's look at Scott Summers. Let's pop him off here. There's Scott. He's standing on this little attachment here. He's jumping in the air. Again, this is his 1990s thing. You can see he's holding this thing, which kind of shows his lasers coming out of his eyes. And there you see Scott with, with his visor on. He's got two faces, one with more of a grimace on his face and one with more of a satisfied face. Doesn't matter which one you use, I guess. And the hair just covers up the extra piece there. So this is like the classic Jim Lee 90s look. So this is the one, at least one of the uniforms he's portrayed in the X-Men 97 show. So I like this print. Again, I don't know how similar this is to the X-Jet one, but it's apparently exclusive to this, so it must have slightly different printing on the minifigure here. And I do like the printing; they did a really good job here. Now let's have a good look at his counterpart, Jean Grey. Jean Grey's got, you can see she's using her telekinesis with these pink things here that she has on her thing. I like the printing. I like the shoulder pads actually. This is very Jim Lee. The hair, she's got two faces. One like he's kind of mad, and one normal with a little bit more lipstick on there. And the hair is a nice hair piece there, so I like that. So you can have her anywhere. Doesn't really matter. Gambit was really well done, and I think Gambit is exclusive. Like I don't know if they've ever made a Gambit before. This is pretty cool. He's got he's shooting his cards out here. Got all those aces coming out with this thing here, so this is a really nice thing. They did a really good printing on him. He's got the staff as well, very common piece there, but it's a staff. The headpiece, he's got his eyes glowing there with a smirk, and then here he's got the eyes glowing there, and he's grimacing face there. So I do like this Gambit. I think this is probably one of my favorite minifigures in this set. But yeah, they all, in general, I like them all. They did a really good job on this set here for the minifigures, 100%. And Gambit is one of the more popular characters for the 90s in the cartoon series. And we got Rogue here. Rogue's got her angry face on here. She's got good printing. Again, I think she's got two heads. Yep, so she's all smiles here, and then very grimacy there. Let me put that. Then this is very 90s Rogue. We'll just pop her back up here so Rogue can fly. She's got Miss Marvel's power or Captain Marvel's powers. And then we got Bishop. You can see Bishop is got that star thing coming out back there, being an energy type mutant. He's holding this thing. I forgot what that's for, but you can see his energy gun, very big there. And then Bishop's got a big snarl on his face. Good printing, very good printing. Again, this is created by Wilt Portacio, and who I don't know who was writing the comic at the time. It could be Chris Claremont. I'm not sure. Very popular character back in the early 90s. I don't know if he's lost popularity since then. He did, in the comic books, he went a little bit crazy and tried to hunt Cable down for a good year and a bit. So I don't know if I actually stopped reading comics shortly thereafter, so I don't know what his character arc is now. He might be back with the X-Men. He might not be. I don't know where he sits with that. But yeah, he's got a very good printing. Got two faces there. You can see he's got the little bit of a snarl there, and there's his really mad hair. And Bishop is not known to be one of the more friendlier characters on the X-Men. He grew up in very war-torn times of the X-Men history, and he came back from the past, or from the future to help the past. There's Magneto, classic X-Men villain, also appeared in the first issue of X-Men, and you can see, he's very angry there. It seems happy on that one. A little bit of a smirk with a little evil grimace, but there you go. It's got a nice cape going on there. I like the helmet, so that's good. So we'll put him back up there. Now, let's have a look at the actual mansion. So the mansion itself, let's move we're going to move the motorcycle here. Try to zoom out a little bit. So the mansion, let's turn it around. See the size here. So this is a modular build. So you can see that it does have the little pegs. You could add it or connect it to other modules. But the X-Men mansion is kind of interesting because the actual building is very narrow. Like if you look at most modular builds, they go all the way up to here. So we're kind of missing about a good almost half of the building compared to other buildings. So when you put it side by side, it looks kind of weird because it kind of really dives in. And so if I had a complaint about the mansion, in itself, like the base plate is normal and you have the big frontage there. But because they have the big frontage there, the actual mansion is really thin. So I would have liked to have the mansion a bit bigger, wider, because I think that would have made it, you could fit more stuff in there. Because as itself, it's very narrow. So everything's kind of compressed. On the back, you can see there's a garbage bin there. There's a frog on there. There's probably some stuff in there. Let me see if I can get this thing off. I don't know how easy it is to get that thing off there. Let me just try to push this down here. let's see. I need two hands to pull this off. So yeah, there's a hat in here. You can put that on Wolverine, I'm sure. He's got a hat like this. There's a sword in there. This could be a Nightcrawler's sword, I guess, and a little bit of a coin in there. Could be anyone's. But yeah, so we have some stuff in here that you can put in there. Let's put that back. Let's see what kind of stickers we got. There's this Claws. Pixie was here. So that's Claws Wolverine. You get to see Claws there. We got Nightcrawler. Call back to Nightcrawler, Man or Monster. Live in concert. There's Dazzler. So a couple stickers doing callbacks to X-Men. There's a back entrance in here. Okay, and that leads into the main entrance of the house. And you can see a callback from Days of Futures Past with these X-Men. Some missing. There's Cyclops. Who is that? I think that's Gambit. There's Storm. There's Jean Grey. There's Beast. I think that's Cable. Is that Cable? It looks like Cable. There's Magneto. There's Rogue. And I'm not even sure who that is. If someone can figure who that is, he's got a beard, so I'm not sure who that is. Anyways, there's a basketball hoop, electrical box there. There's a box. I don't even know what that is. I think that's where Wolverine's hair is. Yep, there's Wolverine's hair. There. I found Wolverine's headpiece, and then the back part here. I'm gonna spin it around, and there's really nothing going on here. There's some Technic parts that you can attach these things into, so you can have them flying off the building as well. And there's a bunch of these all around, so you can definitely a lot of playability with this model because of so many minifigures and the fact that you can kind of pose them and move around. So it's very decorative. Like you can use this for display and you use it for play. So there's a lot of functionality in that. So let's see if we can pull this apart easily. Should be. I haven't pulled it apart for a while, but let's just take a look. Let's try to do on the base. Yep. So they pull this off. So you can see. There we go. There's these red panels here that they slide into the side there. So we'll take a look at each compartment. So I'm going to pull off the other part, and then we're going to take a good look at each section. And yeah, so let's pull this off here. You got to pull out slowly because these are very long pegs in there. Okay, very good. So let's have a look at this panel first. So I'm going to push these panels back, or these part of the buildings back, and we'll have a look over here. So down there, you can see there's a little newspaper, fire extinguisher, little news report there, mutants everywhere. And then there's a chessboard in there. And I think that's callback to the X-Men movie. And this is a control panel. So I believe inside is the danger room. So let's take this apart and have a look at the danger room. So this is the this floor of the danger room, and you can see there's like lasers coming out, there's razor blades coming out, there's like sharp things coming out of there, and then and so there's two floors of this. So let's pull off the top part. Okay, and then so when we're looking at this, you can see the lasers coming out. These bricks, I think, do pop through. Let me see. Pop through? Whoops, I just fired off something. Oh yes, they do pop out. So you can see the lasers coming out there. I'm not sure where this thing popped off of. I'll just pop it back on here for now. I don't know where it came from, but you can see more of where these saw things coming out, and there's a light there. So you can see the danger room activated here. So I mean that's pretty cool in my opinion. So we'll put that in, but you can see it's pretty narrow. So it's not like they can put you can't even fit like 2 or 3 X-Men in there. You can have one person in the control room, maybe 2 at most, and then they look into there. So I mean, I guess if I had a complaint, it would be that it's very hard to fit people in here. Like you can see, there's like missile things going on here, and that's the bottom of the danger room. So it's interesting for sure. You can see a little bit more in there. So that's the danger room in itself. I get again, my big complaint is there's really not a lot of space in here. Does this thing open? I don't even know how this thing opens. Oh yeah, it does slide open. So we can slide this open. Okay, so then you can walk into the danger room. But again, it's very narrow, so it's very hard for to fit minifigures into there. You can see the destruction over here where the window's kind of blown out from the Sentinel attack. So that's kind of cool that you can see the grounds are being attacked. There's a little thing comes out of here, turret to fire on them. Trees there as well. Again, on the Sentinel, you can add anyone else that you want on there. Okay, so that's this part of the building here. We're going to put this second floor of the danger room back on, and that goes over like that, and they just snap on very nicely. And then the roof, you can see there's some nice designs on the side there, but the roof itself is not, I mean, the undersurface of the roof is nothing special, and that you just fit back over here. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at the center. The center is probably fairly interesting. It's got the obviously the this thing here where the Professor X can come out of. We'll pop him out of here. Now there is a switch in the back. Let me just quickly show you the switch in the back. I'm gonna pop off Magneto. He's gonna fly. I don't. And actually, this part is where Magneto stands, so I'll take that off too. But there's this little panel right here. If you pop that down, it's going to make the top part explode. So you can actually make a battle sequence where you pop that down and the whole thing falls apart there. And so that's pretty violent. And so let me pop that back together so you can see it go back. So you got these parts coming together and they go in there, and then this part goes back on top. There's nothing it really hangs onto, it just slides. But that makes that part come off really easy. And I'll pop Magneto back on there just because I like him up there. So this roof part does come off, so you can take that right off. And there's the X symbol there, established in 1963. We mentioned that earlier. And I mean, the top part, other than this switch here, there's nothing much going on. Inside here, there's really not a lot in there. It's just decorative. And so we'll take that off. So on the top, you can see there's an elevator right there. I do not know if the elevators don't open. I don't believe they do. Yeah, they do not. You can see there's a computer console there, and it looks like this is a Cerebro area, so you can put Charles in there. There's a picture of Wolverine's arm, x-rayed, and some kind of cool science stuff there. I guess that's where Cerebro is looking at the mutants in the area around the world. And so you can have Xavier right in there. So let me pop him in there. You definitely can have Xavier in that area as well. So that's pretty cool. And then on the bottom part is you can see the other part of the elevator. That's the main entrance. Big X in the middle. You can see there's some chairs, but I mean, there's not a lot of room again for the X-Men to sit in. I do like the big X. That's pretty cool. But again, it's pretty small. I mean, you can see the size of my finger. That's where the minifigures are. So it's not like you can fit a lot of people into this area. And again, yeah, so I guess again, my big, if I had a complaint about this at all, is the size. I wish it was bigger. These glass doors do open, and you can obviously slide Charles out of there if you want. I'll just leave him in there for now, and then we'll put this roof back on top. Okay, and then if you want to connect it again, you just line up the pegs there. Make sure that's lined up properly all over, and then you can slide that back in together. So I'll do that, and then we'll review the last section. And that goes in like that. Okay, goes in a lot easier than pulls out because again, these are very long pegs here. So the last section, again, we are looking at this section here. So we're going to take a look at what's inside because it's really hard. It's so narrow in there and dark, you can't really tell what's what. So let's pop off the roof. Okay, have a good look inside. So we'll look at the top first. So you can see there's a picture of the X-Men comic book, the first appearance. It's a copy of the first X-Men book. Some big bubblegum thing there. So this is a bedroom. You can see the samurai sword. There's a picture of Jean and Cyclops. So I think this is Wolverine's room. I could be wrong, but you can have anyone sleep in there, I guess. But the fact that there's a samurai sword, I believe this is Wolverine's room. On the other side, there's a picture of Wolverine in the calendar. That's pretty funny. But anyways, there's that. In the middle, in front of that, it looks like a computer. And I don't know if that is a coffee cup there. I don't know if this is supposed to be Beast's room or not, or Beast's like lab. But yeah, it could be. But there's no Beast in the set. That would have been nice. Beast was one of the original X-Men, but he looked different. He wasn't furry yet in the first comic book. So on the bottom, this is it looks like it looks like a circuit breaker. This is like an electrical panel of some sort. I don't know. I think. Oh, maybe it's a library. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a library. Oops, I just knocked down someone. Iceman. No storm. Anyways, inside lounge area. I don't know if this is a classroom. Yeah, it looks like a classroom. You can see Beast kind of teaching up there. And so this is a classroom, but it only fits like 2 students. It looks like there's only 2 chairs. You expect as a school, the bigger classroom and stuff. So, I mean, again, I know they had to scale it down because it is Lego, but I wish they had built these rooms a little bit bigger. I think it would have been, a lot more fun. Because right now, I mean, the most impressive part of this mansion is the exterior. The interior is so small; it's really hard to, play with. Like it's very hard to shove your characters, minifigures inside there to get them to do anything that's meaningful inside there. So that again, that would be my only complaint is the mansion itself, exterior wise, looks pretty good. It's just that when you're trying to, you can't connect it really to anything modular without it looking weird because of the how narrow the X Mansion actually is itself. And then because most of it's frontage, like the width of this part is what what we normally see with that kind of build. But the frontage, we put it next to another module build. The module build's up to here, and the actual mansion doesn't start till about halfway in. I love the minifigures. I love the actual aesthetic of the outside. I think that looks really good. I mean, the mansion itself, I mean, it's a mansion, so I mean, they did a really good job trying to match the X-Men cartoon one. I wonder if they're going to make a movie version one. It might be. I don't know. They might be holding off until they introduce the X-Men into the proper MCU universe and then making a mansion version of that. That'd be interesting. I mean, so far, I mean, we've seen the Daily Bugle, and that's a really impressive set. And I guess I should have reviewed that one day. We have the Avengers Tower, and we have the Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorium, and now we have the X Mansion. So it'll be interesting to see what they do next. I like to see the Baxter Building. So I know the Fantastic Four movie, the trailer had just dropped recently. So I wonder if they're going to do the Baxter Building. That might be interesting. That'd be a good way to bring in the Fantastic Four minifigures and also introduce the Baxter Building, which is a very iconic building for the Marvel Universe. So I wonder if they're going to do that. I'm not sure. I mean, that would be really cool. They could do Avengers Mansion. I mean, they have the tower, but I mean, Avengers Mansion is a very classic um, a location for the Avengers teams. So that might be interesting. But yeah, we'll see what they come up with. So far, I like what they come up in the past. The Avengers Tower is just amazing. And I like the Sanctum Sanctorium. That was pretty awesome as well. Daily Bugle, there's a lot going on there. And then with this X-Men one, like I said, like the aesthetic outside looks great. I just wish the module was a bit bigger too, so that we can do more stuff inside. But outside of that, I like the minifigures. Really well done. So, yeah, hopefully you like this set. If you're on the fence about buying it, it. I'm sure at some point in time this will go on sale. So it'll be a good item to pick up on sale. Um, as I said, I can only imagine this set will go up in value just because most of these, pretty much all these minifigures are exclusive to this set. And so if you love X-Men, and a lot of people do, this may be your only chance to see some of these minifigures. I mean, obviously Wolverine's been in a couple sets, but I think Gambit. This is the first time he's in a set. Iceman, I'm pretty sure. Bishop, pretty sure. You know. So yeah, pretty awesome set otherwise. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review and helps you kind of see if that's something you want to pick up in the future. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and your help is very much appreciated. And we have a special bonus when we hit 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be getting ourselves a Roboson Grimlock, which is the auto-transforming Dinobot, and with it comes with the original voice acting, actor doing the voices, and it walks in both dinosaur mode and robot mode, and we'll shoot some videos with him. See if we can pair him up with our Roboson Optimus Prime and see if we can create some really cool videos with that. So yeah, help the channel out. Please hit the subscribe button. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.